Hey everyone, David Burgess here again with Keller Williams Realty. I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to my channel on this beautiful day here in Lakewood Ranch in Waterside Place. I've got one of these like kind of real slouchy chairs where it feels like you should be on the beach. So if my posture looks completely different compared to my other videos, that is why. And I'm also a lot lower down here. But anyway, this is the most comfortable spot and shaded spot that I can get to tell you all about the new communities that are on the horizon within this vicinity that are coming in early 2023 to Waterside Place in Lakewood Ranch, which is a very southern point of Lakewood, and it's right on Sarasota's doorstep, very close to UTC Mall and I-75. And of course, Waterside Place, where I am right now, which is going to be pretty much within walking or biking distance. So stick around, let's talk about these new communities in Waterside Place, Lakewood Ranch. Right then, so let's start with these communities. And first of all, as you can see on this map behind me, and you can get these maps off lwrwaterside.com, by the way. That was where I found them. You won't find them on the Information Centre's website yet. I'm sure they'll be uploaded soon. But if you go to lwrwaterside.com, you can see the village map and you can see the compare the neighborhoods section of how these are going to be different. There's not a ton of information yet. We're just getting the very basics and nuts and bolts of how these communities are going to differ. But it's great to see this map of how it's shaping up and how it's going to look in time. And again, that's early 2023. But starting further west here with the Alcove, this is going to be a community built by Neal Signature, and it's going to be the very high-end homes. Neal Signature built beautiful fully custom homes, but we don't know what floor plans they're going to be yet. And if you look at the map, you can see it looks like just one road going in, and there's like a couple of cul-de-sacs that back onto this blue heron lake. It looks beautiful, but the further west you go, you're getting closer to those Adley apartments and definitely I-75. Something I would be a little bit cautious of. I would try and stay as far east as you can, and apparently there's only going to be like 20 to 25 homes in here, which says to me that there's probably going to be more spacious lots and they're going to be higher end. Sorry, I hope you can hear me okay. Some fountains just come on in the background. But yeah, it says to me that the lots will probably be pretty spacious. And I mean, Lakewood Information Centre said that they're going to be around the 2 million mark. So these are going to be very high-end homes. They've got the highest HOA fees that I can see out of all of these other new communities. Apparently they're going to be over $400 a month, and that is just for a maintenance-free community. That's no gate, that's no community pool, no amenities. So wow, it's pretty high to not have much, you know. So I'm guessing the homes are going to have a lot of wow factor for people to be very happy with them. And I guess it is a very exclusive community for only having 20 odd homes. So that is the Alcove. And as you can see on the other side of this blue heron lake is going to be Avanti. And Avanti is going to be Pulte Homes. And taking you back to the map, you can see that there's only one, as you head into the community with the two entrances, there's only like one road that kind of backs up to Blue Heron Lake. So it doesn't look like it's going to be a very big community. It's going to be pretty exclusive again. But with Avanti, they're going to have townhomes, villas, and single-family homes. My guess is they're going to have a lot less single-family homes and more villas and townhomes. But it's not going to be anything like the Shoreview community that is around the corner here. That is definitely a more bigger master plan community with, with amenities, like with a really nice clubhouse, much more trails, and it's going to have those lots that are more traditional here in Florida, where you can add a pool and have a more spacious home site with 3-car garages. I don't think any of these homes are going to have more than a 2-car, for example. And this community, Avanti, it doesn't mention anything in terms of if it's gated, if it's maintenance free, if it has any amenities. It doesn't mention anything. It doesn't even show what the HOA fees are as a rough estimate. So I'm waiting on that information, but I'm guessing they'll have something, or at least they'll be able to explain more of how much the HOA fees will be in time. So so that is Avanti. Again, it's mirroring the distance really to I-75 and the Adley apartments. I would stay as far east as you can. in that community if you choose to purchase there. And on the other side of Lakewood Ranch Boulevard, you can see that we've got this community called the Tides. That isn't a village that they'll be selling. It's going to be a rental community, and apparently it's just luxury rental homes like they have in other parts of Lakewood. They have these little communities where you can rent for like a year, or sometimes they're shorter term, but there's going to be rental homes going in the Tides. So that's what that is going to be. And then to the right of that, you can see, and heading east, you can see Nautique. Nautique looks like it's going to have more homes in there than the other communities. It looks like it has more streets in there, more cul-de-sacs, and it's kind of just got more room. It's definitely wider, so it looks like it's going to be the biggest community, and that is going to be built by MI Homes. I know the MI internet sales lady, Carrie, really well, and she would tell me if she could, but there's no information right now of what floor plans are going in there or anything like that. All we know about Nautique is that it's going to be townhomes and single family homes, not villas. So it's not going to have villas like Avanti with Pulte is going to have, but we do know that Nautique is going to have a pool, a clubhouse, a dog park, a tot lot, and pickleball. So it's going to have something for... It's interesting because pickleball is normally for the older generation, and a tot lot is obviously for young kids. So it's going to be a real mixture in Nautique with MI Homes, and with having single family homes and townhomes, it's going to be a really interesting community. But again, I don't think you're going to get those homes that are on too big of a home site. I don't think you're going to get the 60 or 70 feet wide home sites. I don't think you're going to get 3-car garage homes in there. I just don't think these communities are big enough. So it's not going to be anything like Sweetwater further north in Lakewood Ranch. It's going to be a completely different type of community that, again, I'm not sure how many homes are going in there, and it doesn't mention how much the HOA fees. We just know that it's another community opening in early 2023. And as you can see from the video clips behind me here, you can see that construction has started, and if you've got a vehicle that looks like a construction truck, then you can sneak through these roads and have a preview and a peek, but you're really not supposed to be there at the moment. So yeah, it's still very difficult to get information on Nautique. And lastly, much closer to Waterside Place, as you can see, going back to the map, Emerald Landing. Emerald Landing is the closest to Waterside Place, and it's very close to those apartments. And all we know about Emerald Landing is that it's a David Weekley community only, and it will have a pool and a dog park as well. It's going to be maintenance included. Nautique isn't including the maintenance, whereas we know that Emerald Landing is, and it's going to be over $300 a month for the HOA. So that's a David Weekley exclusive community. All of these are going to be exclusive with their own builder. They're not going to share builders in there, and they're not going to share amenities. So for Emerald Landing and Nautique that have a pool, they're going to have their own pool. They're not going to be sharing anything. So that's what we have. And like I said, it's really interesting to see how that's going to shape up for Waterside for next year in 2023. From what I can see, these are going to be homes in the lower end and the much higher end. Like the Alcove is like 2 million plus. Everything else, I think, is going to be in that 500,000 to 700,000 range, depending on the size of the home and what the lot is. If you're backing up to one of these beautiful lakes, that's where I think things are going to get pricey. My guess is a lot of these townhomes and villas are going to be on the lower end in that kind of 500,000 range if they're backing up to the road or the fence or something, or another home. But I think I know how much these lot premiums are in Shoreview and in Lake House Cove, and if you're backing up to the same type of view in this location, that's when it's going to get pricier. So it just depends what you're looking for. But if you want a beautiful view of the lakes here, it's definitely, they're still going to have some very high-end premiums. That is just my professional opinion, at least. But I will keep you up to date. I will keep you posted as best as I possibly can. We should get some more information within the next 6 to 8 weeks, hopefully, especially as these communities start to unfold and the roads start to clear and more information is uploaded online. But I'm excited to see what takes shape within Lakewood next year in 2023, especially this southern part here. You're on Sarasota's doorstep. This is definitely I don't want to say it's the most desirable part of Lakewood, but in terms of location, you're so close to UTC Mall, you're closer to the beaches, you're closer to the southern part of I-75, and exit 213 is so accessible from this area. And of course, you've got the new Waterside Place, you've got Main Street 5 minutes away. This area is just awesome. It truly is. So I can see these being very, very popular. So listen, if I can help with any of these communities, whether they're for you or not, or you're looking within this area, then please reach out. All of my contact information is below, and I'll be more than happy to help. But thanks again for tuning in, and please like this video and support the channel if you appreciated it and you want to hear more about real estate on the west coast of Florida between Tampa down to Sarasota and Venice. Thanks again. And just before I leave you guys, I very nearly forgot to mention the other side of Waterside Place, which is still further out. This is much further out than what these new communities are that I've just mentioned. But on the other side of Lorraine Road, we're going to have more homes from Stock Signature in the northern section here. And the southern part, we're going to have a continuation of Homes by Town. We're not sure if this is a continuation of Lake House Cove or not as a community. It might be named something completely different, but I know that Homes by Town will be building here adjacent from where their models are on the other side of Lorraine Road here. Now, if you go to this the corner here of University and Lorraine Road, where the Starbucks is, and Bungalow Walk and Grand Living, for example, you can just about see where they're starting to clear the roads there to gain access to this land. But from the other parts of the other entrance points, which I assume will be entrance points to this phase, there is no sign of any construction yet. So it looks like they're starting in this northwest corner and then breaking ground down. But they're still going to be way out. I mean, you're probably talking this time next year, maybe when they can actually first start selling them. Homes by Town still have to sell many homes in Lake House Cove and this new phase around Lake Ibis, and Stock Signature will be focusing on closing out the Lake Club, which is on the other side of University Parkway. So just wanted to let you know that. But yeah, you're definitely going to be well into 2023 before any of these homes on this other side of Lorraine Road have become available.